Hey, you all. That was scary, man. I done showed y'all my morning COVID bedhead. I had to delete that quick. You know somebody got it. You know it'll be used against me, but that was bad. That was bad. I had to delete it real quick because I accidentally hit my camera. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to figure out to make sure that that goes away. Like I said, somebody's going to end up using it anyway. So what can you do? What can you do? Hold on, I gotta let Lolly out again. You're on my nerves, girl. You want out? What can you do? Like I said, I can almost tell you the person that will use it too, but it is what it is. The robe is on point. Hey, Stephanie Patch. No, did you see my hair? No, man, I got like major bedhead right now. Well, you witnessed it now, Whiskey. Whiskey done changed your name again. I deleted and put it on private, so it happened to you. Yeah, but I bet you didn't look like this, Dharma Archives. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. But like I said, somebody will get it and somebody will run with it because that's what we do around here. You thought I looked beautiful. Stop. Stop. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And so I was talking about a social experiment that went on. And I don't know if you all noticed it, but oh my God, Lolly, you're on my nerve. It's always a terrible angle, isn't it, Drama? Hold on. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, Princess. There you go. Okay, she's had potty, she's had water, and she's had a snack. I don't know what else she can have. Yeah, I wanted to talk about I don't even have enough hair to put in a bun, but that's okay. Only okay, I recognize your voice, but what was your screen name before the truth? It was the light truth. But I wanted to talk about this social experiment that went on, and I'm only giving my opinion on this because I mean that's what we do here. And since it was a social experiment, I think people should be able to talk about what they got out of it. And what was it was Smokey pretending to be mad at Five. And then when you go under Smokey's video, under him pretending to be mad at Five, you see all these comments. Uh, Now, this is just my personal opinion, and I get to speak on this, you all. So please don't come in here and attack me for my opinion. But it was allegedly a prank. They called it a social experiment. Okay, I'm part of the society here as well as the rest of you guys. So, Smokey pretended to be mad at Fod. I know, Sunny side up. So, people went under there and said things like Smokey grinding for subs. I don't know. Hey, Jules. But people went under there and expressed their opinions, which now, in my opinion, what you've done, Smokey. Now, this is just my opinion. I'm not a professional. Definitely not a professional on social experiments. But in my opinion, what you've done, Smokey, is you've given FOD more ammo towards people, because we all know if anybody says anything critical about FOD, she goes live about it, and you're a donkey, you're this, you're that. You know, you can't say anything critical about FOD on here, because I mean, you could say, you know, her screen was ugly and she would just have a field day with it. Smokey actually likes her. Yeah, I know. So then there's comments under there. Okay. True Helper, for example, who is, you know, he's pretty good buds with Smokey. And he made a comment, which, of course, remember, you can't say anything about FOD before she comes back and starts calling you names and stuff. And FOD comes back with True Helper, beta male with the awful alpha voice. Must suck to be you. Really, FOD? Really? It must suck to be True Helper? Have you looked at your life? Have you looked at your social media? Hey, Dova. I believe that, IBF. So, in my opinion, what you've done is, Smokey, you've set people up to be ragged on, more so, by FOD, and you've lost trust in people that trusted you. As if there's not enough turmoil in this community that we have to play games about being in turmoil. Again, this is just my opinion. Oh, I'm not offended, because, well, it doesn't mean that much to me. But I did think I'd come live and talk about it, because a lot of people were really confused by this. And like I said, in my opinion, yes. So him being mad at her was all bullcrap. Yes. So in a community that's already at odds, constantly at odds, and then you've got this one particular creator who can't seem to get along with anybody that doesn't kiss their ass, which would be FOD. If you don't kiss FOD's ass, then you get called out. You get called a donkey. You get called ignorant, stupid, whore. So again, in my opinion, what you've done, Smoke, is if you've given FOD more ammunition now, and the people who trusted you have lost a little bit of trust in you. Hey, happy. That's just my opinion. If anybody else wants to come up and try to tell me differently, because it was a social experiment. And we're all able to, you know, participate in social experiments. Not even worth your time and attention. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, is it got me in some kind of way? Nope. Nope. Do I care that they're playing these games? Nope. Are other people going to get hurt? Probably. But in this community, it doesn't seem to matter anymore who gets hurt. It really doesn't seem to matter anymore who gets hurt. I'm not in any kind of way over it because it was a social experiment, is what they're calling it. Then, hey, Brooke, anyone that gets mixed up with FOD always turns into, yeah, I agree. But because it was a social experiment, aka FOD getting to get her jollies by scrolling through the comments to comment nasty shit to the people that don't like them. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what Smoke handed her. Was the opportunity for now she can go live. I mean, she's always talking about me. I mean, I'm grumpy grandpa. I've got a full diaper. I'm hungry for a roast. Actually, I have a guy coming to look at the freezer today, Whiskey, because or I'm gonna call you Wog. Um, the freezer's not working very good, so I need to cook up some stuff that's already in there, and it's not a roast. I'll be remedying this situation. You just wait. I'll be back. Okay, Drew Hopper. I don't like FOD, never have liked her and never will like her. I trust her about as far as I can throw her. She can call me anything she wants or say anything about me because I don't value her opinion. Very good, Penny B. I totally agree. I totally agree. FOD is the last person that should be talking about anyone's looks. Fact. And she keeps going on and on and on saying Randy doxed her picture. Does she realize that she has a whole video up of herself in all these different um I had to delete that. Um of all these different pictures of her. And she's not an ugly person. So I don't know why she, you know, you had a question for True Helper? Could be back, Captain Obvious. Yeah, I don't get it either. Is it Amy and A? Sorry, my phone's paused. So sick of everyone fighting and causing extra drama. Isn't there enough? Is that directed at me, Justine? Because I'm just giving my opinion on a social experiment. If you do a social experiment and people don't talk about it, then how do you know whether it worked or not? Okay. And I'm not really even sure what was supposed to be the outcome. I just know how I felt when anybody can be good looking on the outside, but if your insides are rotten, then your whole is being, yeah. I wonder if the cloner hasn't been cloned to truth. I don't know. Mar says the truth. What is mostly sad is I did not see Smokey explain any of the comments. Wow. Yeah. I, yeah. Wrong place to have a social experiment. Exactly. But I just thought, okay, a social experiment, then people should give their opinions on it because how will you know if it worked or not? And my opinion is it gave FOD more ammo to go after people, and Smokey lost some trust. Everyone go check out Wendy B's latest video. Oh, I'm sure I told him to do it too. But he's a grown man. I mean, you can't blame this on Fod because Smokey is a grown man. And, we all have to take responsibility. With Randy taking a break, I think this was Fod getting new content. Oh, I'm sure. And I'm sure they'll go live later and talk about Grumpy Grandpa didn't like it. It was just a joke. Can't Grumpy Grandpa take a joke? I can hear it right now. Empty your diaper, Grumpy Grandpa. I can hear it right now. Whiskey. Yes, Smokey's video was a fake. But they called it a social experiment. So I thought, well, I'm going to go live and talk about the social experiment because when you do a social experiment, if you don't know how people feel about it, then what's the point? Good morning, afternoon, Richard. I say good morning because of my bad hair, but good afternoon because it is afternoon. Well, now the experiment is how do the subs react? Unsub Smokey and Fod or laugh? Good point, Brooke. Yeah, I'd like to know who's doing the results. There's Brandy. No, it wasn't that deep. Smokey tried getting Fod to go over to his live the other day, and last night he was joking with Fod that he was going to make videos on Fod until he gets Fod there. Okay, Brandy. Yeah, I didn't think it was that deep. It doesn't seem that thought out. But now you have people that's not going to trust Smokey, and now you have Fod to have more ammo at people. Because if you know yourself, Brandy, you're real good buddies with Fod. You know yourself if you say one thing about Fod. Whoever asked if I've been cloned, your answer is yes. Well, there was somebody in here earlier that doxed you, but I deleted it because I don't agree with doxing. I don't care who you are. Even though Laura said I doxed somebody the other day, which used to be her channel name. I shouldn't have said it, but I did. And what is so sad, Brandy? Can I tell you what this social experiment reminded me of? Sure, Jules. Well, I don't know who you are, so I'm going to put you out because I don't know if you're real or fake. And the reason I don't know if you're real or fake is because you make a habit of doing this. Smokey should reconsider that experiment since Fod went at all his supporters in the comments. Not cool. Very good point, niece. Very good point. People that support Smokey, Fod was allowed to attack in his comments. That's a very good point, niece. Very good point. Channel killer. I love any and all attention. Who the hell is that? Is that freaking Fod or not? See, this is why all of these clonings and all of this stuff sucks. Fod, we can do an experiment. I'm going to put in my title, I'm so mad at you, just a joke. I'll bet 250 people will be there. Smokey's words. Yep, and allowed to attack Whiskey and you. Yep, Dover, you're right. You thought they didn't want people to choose sides? Well, obviously, FOD wants sides, but I could care less. I've never subbed to that person. I tried to steer clear of that person. Um, Never went live about that person until she started coming at me. And then it was like, whatever. I have full on drama and full on drama 2 blocked, so that isn't the real ones or main FOD 2 account. Well, see, Crazy Gemini, that's the whole problem with this is you don't know who's who. I'm going to do an experiment on bashing Tracy. You should get a hell of a crowd, Wog. You should get a hell of a crowd. I deleted mine, but Clyde was allowed to call me a weirdo. Mars said something good. Lisa's giving her all kinds of claps. Unfair to set up your loyal subscribers to be put in the line of fire. Totally agree. I feel dumb. Drama archives, I'm sure a lot of people do. Yeah, you don't know who's who. When you cry wolf that many times, no one knows who's real and who's fake. I agree. I agree. Yes, check out Drama Archives. It's a good channel. Was it simply so Fod could verify who's loyal to him? Just, I don't know, just a sub. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it was to prove. I can only tell you that what I got out of it. And what I got out of it was more ammo for Fod to attack people and less people to trust Smokey. That's what I got out of it. It doesn't mean everybody got this out of it. This makes it bad when people truly are upset at others and then people want to question if it's manufactured drama. I guarantee if you go live, it is not fake. I do not like it, but again, it is YouTube. Good point, K Smalls. Can someone drop Drama Archives channel link? I hope so. I can't drop nothing. If I touch a button, you see what happened. I scared the hell out of y'all. I didn't think it was funny either. It was to me, it was kind of hey Dee Dee Dugan. Is that the real Dee Dee Dugan? Did you change your avatar? Oh, you did, didn't you? Now there's 2 of those Morton girls things running around, Dee Dee Dugan and Salty Bitch. But Salty Bitch is covered or colored in. Is Bon Jovi a senior citizen? I don't know. Bod never owns the shit she stars. I totally agree. Totally agree. But this just gave her more ammo. This just gave her more ammo. That's, I mean, congratulations. I mean, if you're that desperate to have somebody such as Fod come on your panel that you would play this kind of game, then whatever. Hello, Sam Bell. Look closely. Mine is walking with an AK-47. Okay, DD Dugan, I'll have to look closer. I'm nosy enough to read comments first. Plus, little to no trust here now. Didn't bother wasting time to comment after I saw the game. Yeah, I didn't comment on it either. I didn't comment on it either. What did Crazy Gemini say? Batty Boop says, agree, Crazy Gemini. I want to see what Crazy Gemini said. Damn, I hate this StreamYard frickin' comments. Oh, well, I missed it. Must have been a good one. So I'm going to agree with Batty Boop on that. I don't know what she said, but I'm going to agree with it. Probably shouldn't do that, but I am. Yeah, there's like I said, it was a social experiment. I thought I would just touch base on it. It gave FOD a whole new line of people to attack. So people who trusted, hey Stephanie K, people who trusted Smokey and felt comfortable enough to go over there and comment. And now FOD gets to go at him. Just like they went after True Helper. True Helper, who's been very good to Smokey. True Helper, who's been, Smokey's ride or die. And FOD got the opportunity to go at him. So if that was the social experiment, was to lose trust and give FOD more material, it worked. Congrats, you two. Again, these are my opinions. My channel, my opinions. I've never liked FOD, so it didn't affect me any. I did like Smokey, so maybe it did affect me a little bit. So I really don't think they had a master plan. Maybe not, Teacher's Mom. Maybe not. I'm just telling you how people feel about it. Or at least how I feel about it. The joke was on us. How hilarious, not. Well, the live is still up and the plan is still there. So I mean, I wouldn't think it was some kind of master plan because it really kind of backfired. The truth, you can agree, I'm not a FOD supporter, not cool video to put out just as an experiment, especially if FOD is now attacking people in the comments. Yes, that's exactly what's going on, Patty Boop. And these are people that support Smokey. Now, how does Smokey make this up to his supporters? He had to know. Common sense is going to tell you that if I play this joke, I'm sure Smokey did think it was funny. I'm sure Smokey didn't do it with ill intentions. I'm going to run with that. I don't think Smokey did it with ill intentions. I think Smokey was trying to get views, was trying to get subs, and I think it gave FOD another quiver of arrows, so to speak. To fire out at the crowd because we all know how touchy FOD is. That's how I feel about it. Smokey has won a lot of our hearts, and that's why so many of us went to bat for him. Did you see my comment, K Smalls? Under your video, I left. Oh, okay. Smokey got manipulated and he let it happen. I don't know that I'm going to let Smokey off the hook that easy because Smokey is a grown man. So I don't know, Puss, if I'm going to let Smokey off the hook that easy. He's not a stupid man. He I'm all for her rights and say that because I don't know what to call them, but you just can't spend 12 hours a day on tubes being outraged and enforcing your beliefs on others. I agree, RK. I'll call them whatever they ask to be called whenever they put it out there what they want to be called. I mean, I don't know what else to do. Everyone knows how Fod is and Smokey to go along with it. That's on him. Exactly. Just more reason to get up in arms. Again, there's okay, and now here's what's going to happen is people who hey, Laced with Lacey. Hey, Tammy Bond. So now people who are really tight with Fod, and we all know who they are. Now they're going to go live and say, oh my God, everybody's making such a big deal out of a joke. But they're not going to be one of the ones that gets fired on by Fod. So they're not going to be in the exactly, Remy, but what's the joke? Didn't we just go through this? Is this like deja vu? Because I actually remember Remy typing that in my chat not too long ago. What's the joke? What was that about? Can y'all remember? Remember, Remy? Yeah, here we go. Somebody that can't handle another opinion. Whoever goes live to downplay it, I'll be there to point it out of what a bad idea it was. Whose live are you talking about? It was the one where Smokey and Fod pretended to fight, and now people that are under their commenting have now become Fod's new targets, which I don't care. I've been on Fod's shit list since the day she ever heard me. I'm grumpy grandpa with a full diaper and blah, 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 blah. I've probably been a whore and a donkey and a hillbilly, and I think I've been every one of those names. I think I've been every single one of those names. But like I said, I believe in the long run, it's going to hurt Smokey more than it's going to help him because people trust him and, they have his back. And what happens now the next time that, that maybe somebody really, maybe he does really get mad at somebody or somebody really does hurt him? Who's going to believe him? He's got people under there making comments like True Helper, and Fod's being allowed to attack him, to attack him. And True Helper has been nothing but good to Smokey. So I can't see how anything good came out of it. That's just my opinion. He pretended that him and Fod were fighting. Ash 274. Which people went under the video thinking it was real, put in comments in defense of Smokey, only to be attacked by Fod. It was just a joke. I get it, teacher's mom. I get it. But they called it a social experiment. Don't you get to talk about social experiments? And if you don't talk about it, then how's it a social experiment? What Fod wanted to see was to see how many people would talk badly about her. That's, or whatever, him, her, whatever. Fod wanted to see how many people would talk badly about them. Hey, Greta, that's what FOD wanted to see. Exactly, Remy. FOD wanted attention. But here's the thing, FOD can't handle bad attention. Exactly, Tiffany. FOD is trolling this community, has been since the day they stepped in it. But people have come to be fond of FOD, and that's their prerogative to like FOD. But the more games that FOD plays like this, just proves to me how insecure FOD really is. If you have to play a game like this, a social experiment, a joke, to see how many people would join in against you or for you, then you are a very insecure person, FOD. Well, Brandy, tell his supporters that, okay? Because tell True Helper that, because FOD attacked True Helper. Tell anybody that commented underneath that video who had Smokey's back thinking it was for real. And FOD was allowed to come back at him. Full on fluckery. You're right, Captain Obvious. Hello, misbehaving. FOD gets attention as Laura did. This is what the community did to Laura. Just saying. I disagree with you, Johnny, but this isn't about Laura. That's for sure. It would have been funny if FOD had not attacked his supporters. He could have disabled the comments. Good point. Brandy, you've never had FOD come at you, I take it. It's easy to find it funny when you haven't been on the receiving end of their bullshit. Good point, crazy Gemini. FOD's not gonna come at you because you're one of their favorites. They did put an angry FOD did put an angry face under Starlight's. Not that Starlight's concerned with it, I'm sure, but I really don't think Smokey thought it through as to what would happen in the comments. In my experience, men tend to not think things through. That could be true just for you. I go, know where FOD is. If she comes on panel, I'll leave. I want nothing to do with her, him, whatever. I agree, Pop Trauma. I totally agree. I love Smokey P. I'm sure he will apologize if he hurt anyone's feelings. That was from Dee Dee Dugan, Smokey, if you're listening. Smokey's probably working. But what he did was he gave FOD more ammo, because anybody that said, I support you, Smokey, or anything like that under that video is now in the line of fire for FOD, which who cares? I mean, really, what are they going to do? They're going to go on a live stream and, hey, I love Melissa Etheridge. They're going to go on a live stream and call people donkeys and frickin' hillbillies and big deal. FOD has caused a lot of unnecessary trouble and pain in this community. She has wanted to divide us since she got here. I've known since day one. She's a, I'm going to say, flucking nightmare of a human. That was from Sin. And we all know FOD does not care for sin. But like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion because it's a social experiment. So even the people coming in here saying, I don't think it was Susan, I know that you do too. Some take YouTube crap way too serious. Well, Susan, obviously you took it pretty serious because you came into my stream to talk about it. Otherwise, you would just be sitting back going, I can't believe this person is talking about this. Susan always makes an appearance to talk. Hey, Save Robbie. Hey, K-Love. So I hope Smokey leaves his comments up so that you can now go the next time Pod goes live. Then you can see the people that fought attacks that left any kind of comment in support of Smokey. So it would kind of be like me and I can't even think of a scenario because I would never think to do this. Dova said something good. She's getting a hand clap. We teach our children to not act this way. Yes, that individual acts like a child that hasn't been taught any discipline. Totally agree. And I'm going to go ahead and take the blunt of this, I'm sure, because I chose to go live about it because it's a social experiment and I wanted to see how you all felt about it. Not to mention, I've seen a few comments that I somehow did Smokey wrong when I went live about him. And in reality, I was trying to help Smokey. I was trying to protect him, but well, thank you. Welcome to the moment of truth, Robbie. At this point, with the amount of immoral, dangerous things that go on in this community, it's wise to take it seriously. Yes. Fod is currently at home writing down everyone's name who's commenting in this chat so she can call us all freaking pieces of garbage later. That's true. That is true. Smokey hasn't been getting many in his non-drama lives. He said if he put he was mad at Fod in the title, he'd bet he'd get a lot in there. I believe that's why he called it a social experiment. Okay, well, it's just not that serious. That's my opinion. We all have, yes, you do, Susan. You do have a right to express your opinion. And I agree, it's not that serious. And I'll tell you why it's not that serious to me is I don't support FOD. And after what I tried to do for Smokey and it got thrown in my face, I haven't really been participating in Smokies. So it's not that big a deal for me. But it could very well be a big deal for the people that went under there to support Smokey. Thank you, Justice Sub. It very well could be a big deal for those who went under there to support Smokey and now they're on FOD's target list. That's all I'm saying. But you're right. Is it earth shattering? No. Do we have a lot of things going on out there that's so much bigger than this? Of course. But just more YouTube flockery. Susan, I do agree with you. I mind my own business. That individual came at me out of the blue, so now I have a valid opinion about it. I totally agree, Dova. That individual came at me out of the blue. I enjoy listening to a lot of y'all, but you are the only one who attacks me for my opinion. I'm not attacking you, Susan. I just said you have the right to your opinion. I'm not attacking you. Mafia Mole College. Okay, the truth. Do now worry. We got moles who are FOD wrenches and being her friend. She contacts some of them in emails. Do not worry. We got moles who are FOD wrenches. I don't know. I don't even la 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 la. That's something I don't want to know about, Mafia Mole. You're welcome, Dova. Nee says I just screenshotted all the comments. So when the video is gone and people call you crazy, hit me up. Yes. Anybody listen to Sally Spencer's last video? She made a lot of sense. No, but I will go over there and listen to it. I will go over there and listen to it. I mean, you got to remember that whether true or false, FOD has gotten, I mean, whether true or false, okay? And I'm going to give FOD the benefit of the doubt, whether true or false. Thank you, Misbehaving. Yeah, I'm going to go listen to it. FOD has been known to dabble in people's real lives. So somebody who supports Smokey leaves a comment. Now, do they have to worry if FOD is going to dabble in their real life? I mean, I don't know. These are all questions that need to be answered before you perform a social experiment. I understand just for you, 247. I understand. Like I said, I just woke up and checked it out, and I thought, okay, I'm like Remy. Okay, where's the joke here? And does this mean now that FOD has more people to go after? I mean, is this just going to give FOD more, like I said, ammunition? Because we all know if you say one thing about FOD, then this person gets to get on a panel and call you stupid, hillbilly, frickin' idiot, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure I'll get my live later. I'm waiting on FOD to give me my live. Yes, thank you kindly, Misbehaving. But due to the fact that it was a social experiment, yeah, people can call me a hillbilly all day long, Case Moss. I totally agree with you. And I also agree with you, Captain Obvious. Dova coming in high with the most valid points ever. Yep, we'll all be put down, name called, and harassed. But we don't give a shit. No way. Hold on a minute. Lolly, no. Hush, Lolly, hush. COG, I'm going to backlash the flock out of you today, Tracy. Prepare yourself. I'm prepared. I'm prepared. Somebody that I love dearly is messaging me saying they're blocked from my stream. So I think Mars checking on it. But I love this person. So I don't know. Something's happening. I'm telling you. There's people contacting me all the time saying, I'm blocked from your stream. I never blocked you. My experiment is Has anyone noticed that when a life reaction is done, they talk over and make up their own story about what is being said? I was just wondering if others noticed. I don't know. Anybody want to answer that? I also give zero flux what Fod thinks of me. I don't seek attention or validation from strangers on YouTube. Seen enough of Fod's character to know they have zero room to judge the character of others. Totally agree. Totally agree. Hey, Turquoise. Who or where was his video exposed to a social experiment? I was the very first comment on his video minutes after he posted it and said, comment was liked. Right. And then right under there, Fod goes, okay, I was trying to listen to both sides and noticed that things are said when they really aren't to create their own version of the story. Okay. I got a lot going on here. I'm reading comment after comment after comment. But that True Helper, you made a comment and then immediately Fod came at you. So, in my opinion, what that did, social experiment or not, what that did was give Fod more ammunition to come at people who doesn't think she holds the key to the city. Because if you have anything negative to say about Fod, she will come at you. Just like she said, True Helper, beta male with his awful alpha voice must suck to be you. Don't you think it's funny that everybody that's ever heard True Helper speak likes his voice? Except for Fod? I don't know what I got people messaging me and Fod is a lying idiot. Oh, Fod put Fod is a lying idiot. I guess if you were watching the live stream that they were doing, then you would have known it was an actual joke or whatever. But for those of us who don't watch them, that might watch Smokey, but that doesn't watch Fod, I don't know how you could have. Yeah, that's true, Canary. Nobody likes good human beings around here. Full on danger. Smokey P's video was cryptic, so I knew something was wrong because they were just on panel being friendly, so I thought it was a joke. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, um, social experiments require feedback, so maybe they should put up a poll and let people know what their goal, what they were trying to prove. Because another person put something and I came back with, oh, it really bothers you that we're not fighting, doesn't it? No. I think the person supports Smokey and not you, Fod. I think that's all there was to that. Doba is one of the sweetest people. We couldn't know. I woke up and saw it and believed it. Agree, niece. Like I said, with the time change, let's do it live, a live poll. There you go. See? WOG is definitely not politically correct. A Small said she'll set it up. What got me with FOD is they are attracted to everyone, get turned down by one and move to the next. Sounds like there's some issue going on, in my opinion, Stephanie K. I don't know if they're attracted to everyone, but they've definitely made their rounds. And now I'll probably get called a trans basher because I just said that. It has nothing to do with gender. But I did notice a DD Duke video where Fod was asking them if they were single and then turned around and asked them to do a video saying that they're not like that. Okay. Like I said, I hope this doesn't bite somebody in the ass. I can tell you that, uh, if you got trust issues with somebody, if you had trust issues with Smokey, I'm sure you got them. I'm sure they're bigger now than ever. If you didn't like Fod before, you probably dislike her even more now. Hello, my sweet sister, Just Canary. I'm going to have a talk with you, Wog, but I'm going to talk to Canary first. So just remember that. All I can say is I don't give a fluck what Fod thinks of me, and I know when they go after people I care about on here, it makes my blood boil. It's not easy. I'm just so sick of them. My God, BTS. What? Dee Dee Diggin, the truth. She said she was a man at first. Asked me if I was single several times. Do not trust her, guys. Yeah, that's kind of what I got from your video. Why are we saying, my God, BTS? What has BTS done? I missed it. Okay, Smalls is going to set up a poll. here's the spoon award again, mean stirring shit. Oh, she's live with the title. Can anyone take a joke? Well, let's touch on that, okay? Let's go ahead and touch on that since BTS feels the need to put her 2 cents in, which she's welcome to because, I mean, it is YouTube. But let's touch on something, okay? I found this quite funny. BTS put up a community post earlier about, let's see, what did it say? Let me see. This was her community post. I'm looking for it. I don't want to misread it. I don't want to say something that it doesn't say. Okay, this is BTS's community post. And she says, just gonna leave this right here. Tell a lie once and all your truths become questionable. Kind of ironic, huh? Kind of ironic, huh? That she would put up that community post and that we would be discussing this. Isn't that kind of ironic? And I got news for you, BTS. Tell a lie once and all your truths become questionable. You need to take a long, hard look at your best bud on here, at your road dog, because you really look foolish posting that shit when you know your buddy's been caught in so many lies. But then again, I agree with what Randy said last night. So, am I the only one who finds BTS to be a shit stir at times? I don't know about a shit stir, but I do think BTS talks out both sides of her mouth sometimes. She wants to be this peaceful, um, this peaceful, I don't want to take sides. Yeah, do it, K Smalls. But then she puts up a community post that once you tell a lie, you can never be trusted again. And here we are sitting over here talking about basically a lie And she's over there doing a live saying, can anybody take a joke? So now we can just call lies jokes. Okay. Now you can just lie and it's a joke. Just like TNT lied. It's just a joke, right? So every lie that TNT's got on here and told is just a joke, right, BTS? Because I mean, she's your diehard. So that's why I found it so ironic for you to put up that screenshot. Hold on, guys. So they're only lies now if they come from somebody else. It's because I'm discussing it. Have to run, but please tell everyone stay healthy. God bless. We'll make it through. This year intact. I hope you're right, Greta, because there are so many people, so many states going backwards on this stuff. It's so sad. Yes, it is British. It's about a social experiment that basically they FOD. Uh, yeah, it's because it involves FOD that BTS has to go live and defend her friend. Love to you, Greta. Now, if it was somebody else, but the ironic part is what her community post said. Yes, nobody is allowed to have an opinion on FOD. If you have an opinion on FOD, you're picking on them. Can't FOD get a break? Can't FOD do this? Can't FOD do that? Tracy, I love you, but I may love your roast more. Well, it's not going to be tonight, Whiskey. So, but I did see your grill out. How'd your steaks turn out? So, for somebody who puts up a community post that says, "Won't you lie?" and she knows her road dog has lied so many times. I found that so funny when I first saw that this morning. I was like, really, BTS? And this is a person that I really don't have a problem with. But I did totally agree with what Randy had to say last night. Now, it's my understanding that they worked things out, and that's good because I do believe Randy really likes BTS. I like BTS, but I'm starting to see through some of the bullshit. Just going to leave this right here. Tell a lie once, and all your truths become questionable. Huh. But Smokey's was a joke, and now she's live saying, can anybody take a joke? So now we're supposed to be able to discern between a lie and a joke. And on top of that, her road dog is somebody that got on here, lied about calling Ben's house for months, let Brian take the fall for that, uh, lied about offering money to somebody to hurt Brian and his family. She ended up admitting that. If you want to hear her admit it, just go to a channel called Gossip Gal or Gossip Girl. Remy's still waiting for the punchline. You can't hold her accountable for what anyone else does but her. Totally agree, Ask 274. Totally agree. But it was very ironic for her to put a post up like that. So she must obviously feel the same way about her ride or die, right? Or does her post only pertain to somebody that's lied to her? Hey, Alley Cat. You see what I'm saying, Ash? I've watched BTS go at Randy sideways for a while now. She comes at me sideways too. Poll is up. You can go to K Smalls and vote on the poll. But you're right. She can only be held responsible for what she says. And that is her community post saying that basically, once you lie, that's it. It's over. You can't be trusted again. But like I said, she's on panel with somebody that lies continuously. And then every time she gets caught in a lie, she finally owns it and says, okay, I did it. I own it. Okay, so now it's all better now, right? So I'm still waiting on the punchline, BTS. What's the punchline? Her title is Can Anyone Take a Joke Around Here? Okay, what's the joke? Yeah, so being attacked in the comment section was a joke too. Of course it was, Mar. So does that count for her friend? I'll remember that for sure. Thank you, Easy. I don't think it means you're done. She's just saying once you lie, people will probably question other things you say. Okay, good point, Ash274. So she can fully expect that everything that comes out of TNT's mouth is a lie then. So she shouldn't get all bent out of shape when people question TNT. I mean, that's the way I'm taking it. But you're totally right when it comes to you can only be held responsible for what you do and what you say. Oh, here we go. Says Puss in Boots. Hey, sip tea with Marie. Hang on, I'm looking for a comment. Sorry, but JJJ, Jenny Jen Jen tried 3 weeks in a row to have a nice stream and trolling ruins it. Jenny Jen Jen said so herself last night. I wished I would have made it all the way through, and I did watch most of it this morning, but I did kind of like BTS is missing the whole point. The truth, she's blaming you for not waiting until Smokey was available. Okay, BTS always blames me, okay, for everything. Every time I go live, BTS has something to say about it. Okay. Why should people have to wait until Smokey is available because they've been put in the line of fire for FOD to attack? Explain that one, BTS. Why should people have to wait until Smokey becomes available when now they've been put in the line of fire for FOD to go after? All because they supported Smokey. Hey, Sip T. I don't know if I missed you or not. I only have one person Black British, but it has made a heck of a difference. I often wonder how many of her supporters are more scared of them than really support them. I'm not scared of anybody on here. There shouldn't be a reason to be afraid of somebody on YouTube. There should never be a reason to be afraid of somebody on YouTube. But it gets pretty annoying when every time this particular person goes live, you're called a hillbilly, a donkey. It doesn't matter. Just because you don't agree with one thing they say. BTS must have some kind of YouTube etiquette book that nobody else is privy to. Damn, share that shit, BTS. I want to know the rules around here. Good point, Crazy Gemini. Good point. And when BTS was called passive aggressive, it fit her to a T because she is very passive aggressive. She is very passive aggressive. She puts up these posts, she says things, and then when you try to talk to her about it, it's like, well, I didn't really mean just you. I was just talking in general. No, BTS, you know who you were talking to. What did Mommy and Three say? It's ridiculous at Captain Obvious, just like Marsha and Ozzy being blamed for a channel that isn't them. Mind you, with no proof receipts, but people run with it. Anyone can say anything, but doesn't make it true. That's true. So until Smokey is available, those attacks should just sit back and what? Laugh? Totally agree, Mar. Totally agree. Until Smokey becomes available and is able to come on and say, hey guys, it was just all a joke, and I'm sorry that Fod attacked you in my comments. Everybody should just say, okay, well, I'm just going to wait until Smokey explains it. You got a great point over there, BTS. Here's the thing. Wonder how they would have handled it. Wonder how they would have handled it if the joke was on Fod. Wonder how BTS would have handled it if the joke was on Fod. Or if the joke was on somebody that she actually cares about. Smokey will apologize, but Fod won't. I don't think Smokey realized the repercussions of the position he put his supporters in. Okay, K Small says the votes are still in. They're still coming in. You got no sleeps for this one. You got to go over to Smalls and vote today. BTS did start off being fair and unbiased, but it's near impossible not to take a side on YouTube. There are a few that do it successfully. I agree with that, Crazy Gemini. But it's hard to be fair and unbiased when, please don't say available again. Okay. When you choose to protect certain people, BTS said, well, I will get pissed if he apologizes. Okay, well, that's BTS has every right to get pissed. I don't know why anybody would get pissed for an apology, but there is no side to take. Wrong is wrong. Totally agree. Can't get your panties or boxers in a wad for what people say when you're doing the same or worse. True. Oh, there's the voting. Galway dropped it. Thank you, Galway. For me, BTS comes at Truth for discussing YouTube events, but every time you do, she goes live to inadvertently tell you you are a moaner while while moaning. Totally true, British Chippy. Every time I go live about something, BTS has to go live and try to prove me wrong or say that I shouldn't be talking about it or I didn't take it right or it's every single time, which is why my feelings for BTS have really changed a lot. I don't understand how they can complain over there that everything is being censored while they are telling you what you should not be talking about. Very good point, TL Hodge. Very good point. Let me read that again. I don't understand how they can complain over there that everything is being censored while they are telling you what you should not be talking about. Good point. British Chippy said something spot on. I saw it. Yep, I already read that. She does. She comes at me. She comes at me every time. And why did she come at me? She comes at me because I do not like Todd. I do not like Trisha, not Trish. I do not like the people that she defends their bad behavior on here. She says she doesn't, but she does. Okay, Smalls will leave it up for 24 hours. From the looks of it, I think a lot of people's feelings have changed for her. Yes. I totally agree. But guys, I think the freezer man is here, which means I got to put Big Dog out. So go vote on Small's thingamabob on her toll or her poll. Please let BTS talk about whatever she wants because she wants to censor me while complaining about censoring something else. So if that doesn't prove the oxymorons that go on around here, just like her community post, then Lolly, stop. Then I don't know what. Hold on, just a minute. So you guys have a great Monday. Don't forget to vote tomorrow. BTS, keep on going live and saying something stupid like you feel like you're being censored while you sit over there and censor what I'm talking about. Okay? Because that's a pretty stupid comment to make. But oh, True Helper wants a link. Okay, I'll stay on long enough to give True Helper a link. I didn't see that. Anybody else want a link? Okay, don't leave. True Helper's going to come up. She has a toe out. Who has a toe? A pole. Did I say a toe? I did. I probably did. No, no, no. I'll stay live. True Helper wants to come up. Anybody else want to come up and try to tell me I'm crazy or give their opinion on what went down? Like I said, it doesn't affect me. It's a social experiment, and I wanted to give my opinion on the social experiment. Okay, be there in a sec. Anybody else want to come up? Anybody else that feels affected by this? I mean, it doesn't affect me. Like I said, it's a social. If I woke up this morning and there was another social experiment that went on, then I would probably talk about it. But it happened to be the only one that went on last night. AK Love. Just went up to the shop and someone tried to nick loads of air freshener. Tried to nick loads of air freshener. Is Mar okay today? She said she's been feeling kind of poorly. She's gonna have to have another procedure done, and so you're on.
Well, good afternoon.
Afternoon. Oh, wait a minute. You can't talk like that because that makes you the what was you called?
Oh, that's right. Wait, it's the Granny Fanny. I've actually watched a few of his episodes or his few
The
of his
beta
podcasts.
male with the awful alpha voice.
That's right. That's right. That's me all day, every day.
Gotta change it up a bit there, True Helper, okay?
Again, it's something that literally is so below me. It's almost not even worth dignifying with a response. But however, since you wanted my attention, now they have it. You know, I really wouldn't even have said too much of anything, just based.
I think you're going in and out, True Helper. So now Mandolin's over there trying to censor what we talk about. True Helper, I can't hear you. We lost him. We lost True Helper. Hey Smalls, you want to come up and talk? All right. Come on, True Helper. Grab the link. I'm gonna let Smalls grab the link. That's you?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. You know, I wasn't even going to dignify a certain individual, but after I was reading some of the comment section, I kind of felt the need. You know, I've dealt with people like that so many times, and they are just some of the most miserable, sad, pathetic souls that I've seen. And, I really wouldn't speak this way if I didn't do a little bit of research. And I have. Not that it's hard at all, because almost everywhere you turn, you can Google almost anything and find out something about this individual. But the fact that they have to use these little race baiting terms and the trans bashing terms and
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff, this is what they do. They try everything in their power to stay relevant by any means necessary. And this person has been dying for my attention for some reason. I guess because I had referred to them as a child. Well, guess what? If you don't act a certain way, you won't get called said thing. And that's just the way that I was raised. Do unto others as you'd have done to you. And I know I'm almost sounding like a broken record when I say that. However, again, you this person wants to cause division within our community. That's been very, very clear and apparent to me for a long time. And I've spoken to some people that are actually friendly with this individual. And I don't have any problems personally with anybody. I don't hate anyone or anything like that. But
Me
however,
neither.
I dislike the fact that people like that are running around using every opportunity that they can to sow further division. And if they don't realize it, then they need to start growing the hell up, because they obviously don't have the eyes to properly see what it is that they're exactly doing. And that's where the problem lies. And what concerns me is, I've been told more than a few things about this individual. And I'm not going to get into great detail, but let's just say that I'm a bit concerned. I really am. I know that with what I do for a living, which I still haven't openly said on panel anywhere,
Yeah, don't.
you know, I have to be and hold myself to the utmost decency. I have to have a level of respect, common sense, and dignity at all times. Because otherwise, if I don't, I'm out of a job. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And with what I saw in that comment section, many people might try to play this off as a joke. But now I'm speaking to you, whoever out there thinks that this is a joke, trying to trigger others for your own little sick, twisted sense of humor to get your little jollies off. That's pretty effed up in my book. And a reason why I take issue with that is because I fight these things every single day with the countless number of sponsors and sponsees alike that come to me for help on the daily, from the moment I wake till the moment I sleep. And then even after I sleep, if I do happen to catch 2 to 4 hours of sleep at night, my inbox gets flooded with people that are harassed, that are doxxed, that are swatted, that have so many ugly things done to them. And for what? For what? For views? For sub count? It's just disgusting to me. And frankly, I think it's time that people start realizing that the only way to keep these little shits alive, pardon my French, is by keep giving them coverage of any type. And I just want to put this out there also. I know many might blame Smokey for this and all that, but I kind of understand. I kind of look at him. I view him as a brother, almost as like a little brother, and I understand that he's still semi-new to the YouTube game, and I'm sure that he's not too keen on how certain people behave, or at least it might not be like in his face at the time that he's doing something, or he might not understand what the message that he's putting out there exactly is. And I know that we've all made mistakes online. I really have.
I'm
not
gonna
here
have to
white
disagree
knight
with
him,
you there,
but
True Helper.
Yeah, I do, but also I guess what I'm saying is I know I'll deal with this with Smokey
Okay,
later.
guys, I'll be right back.
That.
Smalls,
Sure,
keep him in
Okay.
check.
Gotcha.
And yeah, you're right, Kay. I definitely agree with you on that much, Smalls. We all should be held responsible and accountable for our actions. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm not saying that he didn't make a mistake in any way, but I think that with somebody like Smokey, who has such a big heart, I'm sure that he is probably blinded at times with all of the things that has been taking place. And again, I'm not white knighting for him, but I'm just throwing this out there because I've dealt with many people in his exact position before in the past.
He's been around over a year. He should know how people act and do things on here. I don't think he fully thought about the
Ramifications.
ramifications. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
About what this would lead to. Now, I tried to make it apparent in my poll, should he have specified, like hashtag joke or hashtag satire, and also basically thinking everybody should have seen the prior life, which I had no idea that even went on. I mean, we're on YouTube, people. It's supposed to be fun, but there are certain limitations, I think. When it comes to people's base popularity, you want to say, that's a real big divide there between Smokey and Fod. That's putting people's favoritism for Smokey up on the line. People that don't like Fod. I mean, that's, I think, what the social experiment was. And if I would have known that there was a live saying, hey, I'm going to make videos about Fod and let's see what happens, I would have had a totally different aspect on the video itself. But I wasn't aware of that. And a lot of people are not going to be aware of that.
Exactly. And nor was I. I was actually, I remembered when I clicked on that video that he did this morning. It literally said in the reader there, or underneath the video, it said it was posted 23 seconds ago. So I knew I was the first one there. And I'd left the comment. And it was just basically a generic comment. Wasn't even directly going at this child. And it figures. The response, really, whether they want to play it off as a joke or not, to me, it's very typical. And yet again, it's laughable at best. It really is. I could go into probably for the next half hour about my life, my mind, and all this and that and the other. But what's it going to prove? Frankly, this is what they want to do. They want to try to goad someone like me into their little desperate, pathetic world. And it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. If they really want my attention, okay, yeah, they've got it. They do. But you know what? It's so easy for me to clearly specify and point out the exact type of individual that they are, just based upon what was left in the comment section. And that's the one reason why I feel that creators should hold themselves a heck of a lot more accountable than I have seen, especially here lately, because, right. When you leave something like that, and if you know.
Oh, I know.
The sad part of all of this is, in the long run, Fod gets what she wants and Smokey gets burnt. But I can't just say this is all Fod's fault. Smokey is a grown man. Oh, we lost True Helper.
He must be in a bad area.
Your main girl, I'm so happy it's snowing. Hush your mouth, girl.
It's snowing?
It is wherever main girl is.
Wow.
I'm not ready for that. It's just a really crisp fall day here. But you know that, Smalls, because I'm not that far from you.
Yeah, it's like 40 here. Sunny and 40. It looks warmer, but it's cold.
Yesterday was windier than hell.
Oh my God. All the trash cans were falling all over the place yesterday. It's crazy.
But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see the leaves swirl around when the wind blew. Sorry, we were talking. Go ahead, True Helper. I'm going to say this. Okay. I'm going to step away again for a minute.
Sure.
Just got a lot going on here. But okay. I will say that, in my opinion, Fod manipulated the situation. She got exactly what they wanted. And Smokey is the one that will pay for this whole entire situation, because some of his subs do feel betrayed.
I agree.
I'm going to say this on Smokey's part. I know he's not here, but I know Smokey well enough to say that he likes to please everyone. He is a pleaser.
Yes.
And, if he feels like somebody wants to do something, he doesn't necessarily, like what True Helper said. He doesn't think about the ramifications of what it's going to do to him later. He just wants to please. And I'm not putting up excuses or anything for him, but I know Smokey well enough to say that. I think people that do know Smokey well enough to say will agree.
Well said. Well said. I agree 100%. That's exactly, and I know that he's going to have a foot and mouth moment later on, and that's okay. Again, everybody does make mistakes.
We all have.
This predominantly, my only message to everybody out there is that this person has been up to no good for a very, very long time, and now they want to try to change the past and act as if nothing has ever happened. And, I think I was listening, Tracy was saying something about BTS leaving, something about if you lie, then you can't be trusted again, or, just paraphrasing basically, in a way that's kind of true, but it's not 100% of the truth. Because look, if we were totally judged and to be held to a certain standard for the rest of our days from one lie, then I think all of us would be straight, going straight to hell, and just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I do disagree with that a little bit. But, when people do make mistakes online, the good part about social media is they always have an opportunity to try to correct it. But, I mean, I'll be honest, I immediately reached out to him earlier, and I know that he's busy. He's definitely working. I know he was driving a machine earlier and stuff, so I know he's pretty busy. However, I think it's sad, and I agree with what Tracy was saying. It's people like this other person who are opportunists, and they know this. They know what gaslights people. They know what triggers people, they know how to goad people into a fight. And what I read in that comment section was nothing more than a child having a good time for whatever sick, twisted stance that they have. And again, it's sad, but it's just the reality that we live in, y'all. And we just have to do the best that we can to just basically cut the air off to people like that, try to sever all ties and basically ghost as much as possible. Now, of course, this happening with Smokey today obviously brings it into the limelight, and in fact has hurt more than a few feelings. But you know what? This isn't the end all be all. I know that we'll get past this, but the biggest point here is that we have to do the best that we can to make sure that this person realizes that if you are going to come at us, we're not going to sit back and take your shit no more. That's it. You want to act like a child and all that. Well, then get ready to be treated like one.
Right.
And I'm gonna call you out right now. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You ever want to go in a debate or something like that? If you're listening out there, hey, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Because you don't got no fear from me. I'll tell you that much right now. I've dealt with fear my whole entire life, and basically, fear is the fuel that I thrive on. I love feeling that little pit in my stomach and getting that little rush to the top of my head when somebody thinks that they're going to make it go at me. That's what fuels me. Don't get
See,
me
this
started.
is
But
a
it's just
perfect
disgusting
example.
that people are getting hurt over this
Sarah's
situation.
comment.
Yes. Bod just said, I know that Smokey is sensitive. If you know that, why put him in that predicament?
Amen.
That is Fod's manipulation.
Yeah, who put him in that predicament? Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So let's go to the source of it there, Fod. That's the first time I think I've outright said your name. Fod. There you go.
They
How do you
came
like
into
that,
this
Fod?
you know what?
community being
You
a
know what?
troll.
Now
They're
for
going to
another-
end a troll.
Now you're gonna have a troll, and now you're gonna be a frickin' donkey, hillbilly, stupid head, poopy head. So be prepared to take it. Okay? Now you're gonna be a hillbilly, poopy head, donkey head, ignorant fool.
Hey,
Oh,
Tracy,
and a trans basher.
Hey, Tracy, if you only knew what I was called this morning, I guarantee you, I bet you half the people we know, creators on YouTube, would probably fire up a live right now. Oh, yeah. Trust me. I'm used to all these childish names and that kind of thing, especially in my line of work. You know, things happen at times, you know, and again, that's why somebody like me, I laugh at it. But my heart goes out to those that end up actually getting hurt. You know, they hear the word racist, they hear the word trans basher, they hear all these disgusting, manipulative, just nasty ass words. And it cuts to the root of their soul. And I understand that because I too was once there. I wasn't always the man that I am now. It took many years to get to where I am. But that's why I'm able to call BS when and where I see it. And that's basically all I've seen from this person. Almost every other chat I've been in, I've seen a troll account come up. I've seen this, I've seen that. And it just all equates to the same sum total. And that is that it's a child trying to redeem themselves in any way possible, but they obviously don't have the ability or aren't mature enough to see that what they are doing is wrong.
Well,
The
she
sheer
knew it was
definition of
wrong. That's why
insanity.
she said she knew Smokey was sensitive. Here, go jump, tell me how high, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And especially knowing what that man has just been through just in the past
Right.
week alone and in the
Mhm.
past few months. You know, I've had some very intimate and personal conversations with that man.
Me
And
too.
he does have a heart the size of the world. And I know it, Small. You have definitely stepped up to the plate, that's for sure. And it's just sad when people like us, when we know the type of man that he really is, and we see that he is being manipulated in some kind of way, being led down this road, when this person should know better. You know, they obviously
I'm sure
have
they
taken
do know
heat,
better.
but yet still would commence to put said individual, especially if they consider him a friend, and then you're still going to throw him into this type of
I
fire.
don't think
Shame
anyone's
on
their
you.
friend,
Shame.
to be honest.
Well, right, but you know what I mean. Acquaintance. I
I
mean,
get
whatever
you.
they want
Oh,
to set it
Wog,
up
they
to.
only fire up labs when I do. Sorry, I didn't answer Wog.
Hey,
Hey, gals.
Woglet.
hey, True Helper. Hi, K Smalls.
Hey.
Hey, how are
Okay, I have a question
you? Sure
or my
thing.
theory, possibly. Um, I'm a night owl, so I usually watch the later night streams, and
Okay.
I just keep seeing this repetitive pattern of at 7 a.m. Sarah and Dippity went live yesterday morning.
Mhm.
I want to say, give or take, we had 20 to 25 trolls that
Mm.
all speak with things that she has said on her own lives. I'm like, in other words, she's making it like it's me, but I'm going to use Joe Schmo's name. But when she was doxxed, she's saying, I didn't see the dox, and I'm a wrench and Jen's.
Right.
But that's happened for over a year for me. People say they get doxxed or their pictures, and I can never see these people. So whoever this person is that's doxing is obviously has me blocked, but that Just leave that alone.
Right.
But Randy's there, right? And this has happened. I didn't want to say her name, but I did now. So, but I'm not getting into that. No, because it really upset me last night. Like,
Yeah,
the
we're
way
definitely
this
not
is-
going to get into that.
Right. I'm just saying that it seems like, and now BTS is live, and yeah, they should be live. Everybody's free to go live, but it's like she's raging at the chat again, and I'm just seeing a pattern of. Long story short, I'm seeing creators that are going to inevitably end up losing subs because when you're on one of their platforms, you're yelling out to their subscribers. And the person that the channel holder may say, well, like let's say one of us that's here now says something off, and Trace is like, that's not nice, or don't say that. It's like, no, she's like, well, no, but you're not going to tell me how to react. I'm just seeing a pattern of division.
Yes, teacher's
Mhm.
mom, it was deleted. Somebody did dox spot in my chat, and I deleted it immediately.
Well,
So,
I'll leave that one alone too.
but I don't
just
try to
bit my
bring
tongue.
attention to that. I was always taught not to bring attention to a dox. Just delete it and move along.
Well, you know what, Tracy?
Right.
If I'd got doxxed in your chat, or 90% of the people here, I wouldn't know because I don't know people's names or what they look
Exactly.
like. It's so funny to me that only certain people know what they call out a dox because they know who that certain person is. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
And a lot of times,
thing.
a lot of times we don't even see it, but these certain people see it every time.
Exactly.
For all these doxes that go on around here, I don't even know half the people.
I'm blocked.
I mean,
I've proven it. I've screenshot in the past year, like the whole chat when we're live, and I've shown like who I used to mod for. I'm like, that person wasn't, and we'd be like, wow, that's really weird.
Mm.
So they block certain people. True Helper is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you're right. And that is actually a very well-known tactic. Ever since we have been building up another team, which I won't get into, but it's more or less about what Kelly and I have been doing and all that. But we have learned so many extraordinary tactics, and we've got a lot of these scam baiters and these scammer revolts and DVR and all these other types of channels involved in many different ways. But one of the most common things about this doxing thing is that they will actually send their alt accounts in with their real names, take screenshots, and try to manipulate the actual algorithms, or they'll take it directly to YouTube and try to get somebody in trouble for said dox. And then, because let's face it, not all of us are fast enough every time. And like you had just said, Galway Girl, many times we don't know who in the heck these people's real names are.
Mm-mm.
So it's very
No.
difficult sometimes to tell. And I can usually tell when it's a full name wrote out. I'm always kind of suspect because I then kind of realize that not many people are still that naive to just let it all out there like that. It's kind of, social media rule 101.
Right.
But it's a very common practice amongst those, and people like that, they know this, and they've been doing it for a long time, not just here, but to at least our understandings. And I've just barely scratched the surface, mind you, too. But I've already heard so many things that have actually been verified in many different ways that these same exact behaviors were carried on somewhere else previously. So it just says it all to me. It really does. And I just think it's very sad. But I would put it out there for everyone and anybody that's listening that is very hesitant now to go up into people's chats and all that. You know what? Just let it all hang out, y'all. Who gives a damn? You know what? Too many people have fought, bled, and died for these civil liberties and rights and these freedoms to do whatever the hell it is that we want to. Only God can judge us.
Amen.
That's it. And that might sound a little...
that's not our right, though, to then you're on a whole different wavelength. Like, Case Mouse has experienced it already. Like, don't say you're a Christian on here. Well, I'm going to say what I am. And if you choose to play God that day and judge me, then that's on you, not on me.
Right.
But I try to stay out of everybody's hair and stay in my own little place, so to speak. But I can't understand how certain people just don't see it.
Me
I don't
neither,
know.
Galway.
I don't get it.
It's
Knees
pure
pointed.
manipulation. It's a very manipulated attempt to divide people. And the sad thing is, it's working.
It's working.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's what upsets me.
If I can point out, Niece made a good comment. I was actually going to speak on this. If you see yourself doxxed, the best thing is to not point it out. That's the mistake that most people do, is they
Yep,
actually
that's
point out their own dox. Well,
Yep.
you kind of just helped dox to yourself. Just stay quiet on it, and because a lot of people's not going to know it unless you and then the person that's doing it, right?
That's
So don't
right.
speak on it. You know,
I
do
agree.
a private chat, private comment, you know, something like that. Or wait till after the stream's over with and be like, hey, you know, reach out to that streamer or whoever.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
take screenshots, do whatever you can to record these kinds of behaviors, because though I know it feels like there's never any kind of help and all that, but I promise y'all that things are actively being worked on and there is progress happening. But unfortunately, you know, when it comes to laws and certain legalities and statutes and all of that, it's a long process. It really is. But don't, you know, kick yourself in the butt when you see some of these behaviors taking place. Just take your little screenshots, do whatever you can. If you have direct access to a creator that this kind of behavior is taking place on, simply reach out, contact them, let them know, and then hopefully, you know, the problem will be resolved, and hopefully you'll have mods in there that will be able to recognize what's happening. But
I'm going to make a suggestion. If you have a planned stream and you know exactly who's going to be on your panel, what you do is you get with them before the stream. You get their personal info, you know, what they're willing to give to you in their own protection, and you put that information in the spam box to where it cannot be typed in the chat. I've done that before for people that I know that's going to be on my stream. You yourself as a creator should also put your own information in your spam box to where if you go live, that stuff cannot be put in the chat at all.
That's true.
If
That's
you have
true.
a known troll that keeps the same name, say they have, for example, box in their name at all times and they're a troll, put the word box in your spam. That way they won't even be able to put as little as a period in your chat.
good.
That's a good idea.
Definitely.
Just the Sub says that FOD is over there manipulating Helen right now, and FOD is very angry.
That's
well,
all good. Let her-
Helen's
let her be
Helen's
angry.
a pretty smart individual, so I think she can hold her own.
Look, all I know is I would simply say, just simply go to Smokey's chat under that video and that's one of many different examples of this individual's behavior. And frankly, it is disgusting. And again, I believe I even heard Diane say,
Sarah, do you want to come up? Sorry.
It's okay. That's okay. The terms like gaslighting, all that, everything's old, and I get it, because it really is getting very redundant at this point. You know, too many people are using these same lines and these same definitions over and over and over again, these labels. But it's the truth in this case. You know, this person knows exactly what they're doing because they've been doing it for so long. And, you know, I have actually met those that actually are built like that. In many cases, they don't even realize that they're behaving that way. And again, I'll definitely not making excuses for that person. But I can tell you that I have met people in my time and have even helped people that have behaved in those specific type of ways. And they almost, it was like they weren't even aware of it, almost like a sociopath kind of. You know, it's very relative to that. But
Yeah,
again,
that's-
And you know, if you didn't fall into her, well, I'm going to his, because she identifies as a man, so I'm going to say his. If you didn't, I'll just say theirs. If you didn't fall into their little web, then you're called out. I mean, if you know, this person was shoved down people's throats, and I'm going to give Dopa and Whiskey as an example. This person was trying to be, you know, somebody was trying to shove this person down their throats, and they didn't want any part of it. And that should be their business. But this FOD is one of the most manipulating people I've ever seen. And the good thing is that 95% of the people on YouTube are smart enough not to be manipulated by this person. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody that supports FOD is manipulated by her or them. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But there
Right.
are people that could very easily be manipulated by FOD.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because let's face it, there's a bunch of creators out there right now that are identical, and we have gone head to head with more than a few that have been the dirty doxers and all those types. And it's a disgusting line of behavior. It really is. But the bottom line is we cannot allow them to divide us, for that is their ultimate goal. If we offer them 1 inch, they will always try to go a mile on our asses. And we can't allow that. We've got something good here. And I know that we've had our ups and downs, and I've been in and around the communities enough to know good days and bad days. And I know people have been at each other's throats and all that stuff. But, we've found common ground more than a few times. And I know people have been able to resolve their differences. And, well, almost everybody has had some types of grievance and panels and, subs lives matter and all that kind of good stuff. We just got to remember who we are when we end up facing people like this who love nothing more than to see us go at them because they thrive on it and or go at each other. That is their ultimate goal. And again, for whatever reason, I can't specifically say why, because I'm not this individual. I'm not inside of their head. But however, I can say that their words, they say a lot about their character. They really do. And when I wasn't even halfway done reading, and I had already seen enough when she accused somebody of being a supporter of racism, and in another comment she called somebody a trans basher. It's like, you know what? That is just disgusting and filthy. And frankly, oh God, I want to say something right now, but I know I'll get drug all over the place for it. I'm just going to say that if I was to behave that way in my line of work, I'd be out of a job. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, like I said, it just seems like the ones that didn't fall for their bullshit as soon as they hit the scenes, and the ones that did fall for it that are now pulling away from it, they are their target.
Yeah, I think people are getting tired. I think they are. And I think the message should be out there for everybody. Just when you think you are a target and you feel the weight of the world, coming down around you, there's always good people out here. Between you, Tracy, Serendipity, Tawanda, you got Kay Smalls here. And there's so many good people out there that others can rely on and just go to, even if you got to do a replay or something like that. There's a million different things you can do, or simply, again, I know it's been said a million times, but you can log off, because remember, social media should never be the cornerstone of anybody's life. I don't even care if somebody has made it their business. It shouldn't be the cornerstone of your life. And if it is, you should do all you can to have that battle rattle on that's thick enough to be able to repel some of this disgusting type of behavior and these nasty comments that get thrown out there. Because let's face it, you're not going to be able to last around too long if you really are too emotional and you allow these people to get in. I mean, there's the numbers are just so great with people. I would say great, but there are a vast amount of people that have committed suicide over social media and things like that. So it's where people have to sit back and realize what they are capable of, and also realize how much they can take. Because if they don't, and they get wrapped up into this world, and all of a sudden they're in the middle of a dog pile, or they're in the middle of some kind of big old drama explosion, people, they do some very weird things. They take, permanent actions for a temporary problem almost every single day. And that's what's sad.
Doba, do you need the link again? I think Doba was wanting to come up.
Dova. There's another sweetheart.
Yeah.
And hello to everybody in chat again. I am always horrible. I never follow chat, but I'm just starting to figure out how to use it from my phone. This is actually something else, really. I give you a lot of credit, Tracy. I don't know how you and Kay Smalls and a lot of other people, I don't know how y'all do it, and be able to do your podcasts and your lives and be able to read chat off at the same time. That's something I got to work on.
Your camera's on, Doba. Do you know that? We keep losing her.
I think she said she had low battery. That could be an issue.
Yeah, I almost lost my feed too. I had to hook up on my battery pack here.
Okay, I'm
Got
gonna give
on
her
the
one
road,
more
tree helper.
opportunity, then I'm gonna shut this down because, like I said, there she is. Come on, Dova, stick around.
Doba.
There you are.
Okay. I just wanted you to know I wasn't warning you. Can you hear
Hey,
me?
Doba. Yeah. Yep. Wait,
Can you
Yep.
hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Damn it.
She might not
Hello?
be able to hear
I don't have
us.
headphones. Yeah. Shit. Am I echoing?
No.
No,
No, you're fine.
you're good. Oh, damn.
I don't
we lost
think
And
she can
she's
hear
gone.
us. Yeah.
It
Need to make sure
happens.
you close out all your other applications, Dova,
Yeah,
because
it
something else
definitely
is using your speakers.
I know. I got to do all kinds of. I got to jump through all kinds of hoops. I got to go open it through Google and then copy.
Isn't there
it
a
and
mobile
use it
app
in
now for StreamYard?
Safari. There probably is, Kate. But you'd have to show me how to use it, love.
I haven't used
know.
it. I just use my laptop.
Well, you know me. I'm usually on the road half the time.
All right.
So.
Yeah.
I don't care, Scoop. I don't care. I kicked her off because she called one of my mods a name. So yeah, if you want to use that clip, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, the live is still up, so yeah, Scoop, go ahead. Dova says, shit. Thank you, Truth. It's my battery. I hear you. Well, like I said, we're go over to K Smalls and vote, please, on the poll, not the toe. Dova said I had my camera on so you could see I wasn't porning you. Oh, thank God, Dova. But unless Dova wants to try to come up again and say what she wanted to say, I'm going to shut this down. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. I've got a lot of meat I need to cook because the freezer went out. I'm waiting on the freezer man.
Oh, that sucks, Tracy.
What are you gonna have?
It'll be okay.
You're gonna have the.
And Dova, I voted. And don't forget, not only do you have K Smalls poll to vote on.
I'm checking it right now. Hold on. It's got, okay, so posted 52 minutes ago. It's got 95 votes. 77% says no at is it okay to pretend to be mad at someone and do a video as a social experiment. 77% say no, 2 say yes, 4% says depends, and 17% say I think it should specify that it is in fact a joke.
Interesting. I love data. Smalls, you know that.
I know.
You know I love data. I really do. Data is basically what runs the world. And that's why I usually always tell people, facts don't care about your feelings. And I know it's very
Maybe,
easy
Scoop.
for people to have the feels over different situations. But, you know, I'll just leave people with this one message. You know, if you ever end up getting into an argument with any of these types of people, when they start throwing about whataboutisms and racism and fascism and all that stuff, it's probably a best bet just to walk away, because nothing constructive is going to come from said argument or even from said debate for that matter. I mean, it's disgusting that people behave this way, but we also have to hold ourselves to a certain level of accountability and be able to recognize when these types of people end up, you know, showing their ugly faces.
Trust me, I still have not went live and I'm still upset, but that is another day, another live. Just saying. My goal is, or here's my tip, guys. If I get upset, I never jump off at the drop of a hat. I wait 24 hours. If I'm still upset, then I usually speak. It's been way over 24 hours. I still have not spoke. So, just saying, if I pop off alive, that means I'm still upset. Wait for it.
And I think you'd have every right to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone obviously caught my my camera when I accidentally cammed up, so there's already been an account made of it. So,
good God.
I know.
Sons of bitches.
So we'll see how that works out for the person, okay?
Pardon my French. Yeah, that
You knew that was coming, Tracy.
Yeah.
And that just shows too how juvenile some people can be. You know, they like to be little pranksters, or they think it's the cool thing, and they might get some laughs or whatever. But at some point, you just got to learn to grow up a little bit. I mean, I think all of us enjoy a good laugh, but when you do something that you know actually violates terms of service, yeah, you kind of know that you shouldn't be doing it. But again, you know, not everybody follows the rules, and that's okay. That's okay, because there are others out there that do in fact enforce those types of things. But all right, y'all, I guess Tracy, thank you for having me up. K Smalls, it's always a pleasure to see
Always a pleasure.
you. And I'll probably reach out later on. And to everybody in chat, you know I love you. You know I love
Thank
you.
you, True Hopper.
Love you too, man. Thanks,
And
Larry,
maybe
for having me
Smokey,
up.
maybe Smokey will come on live, or come live later and let us know exactly what was going on with that. So
right.
we'll
'Cause-
hear
and I do-
directly from Smokey.
and I'm
Honesty
glad.
is the best policy, man.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said that, because actually, I guess this will be my actual parting note here. But, you know, Smokey and I have been talking a lot, and I do feel heck, we were even speaking yesterday, and, you know, nothing about this was even spoken of. And not that he has to, you know, give me that kind of information.
Can
or anything
somebody
like
do me
that,
a
but-
favor and go over into BTS's chat and grab that link to that troll account?
There you go. There you go. But let's just keep in mind, y'all, that you know we all do make mistakes, and again, I'm not white knighting for him, but you know I think all of us have had that moment in our lives, and it doesn't always have to be on social media where we have in fact made a mistake. We all truly know how big Smokey's heart is. Has he made mistakes? Absolutely. He has openly admitted that to me and to everybody else, and you know his deal is like K Smalls was saying earlier. You know he puts it all out there. He really does, and he loves everybody so much, and he wants to please everybody so much that sometimes, you know, maybe common sense might escape a little bit, and that's understandable, because again, I've been there too. I have. So you know we've all made those types of mistakes. So at the end of the day, we just got to keep that in mind and know that this situation will pass. But you know, we'll deal with it. Yeah, we really will. And thank you once again for having me. And I love all of you. I really do.
I appreciate you coming up. I appreciate you coming, Smalls. I'm gonna go over and vote.
Okay.
Thank you, Aries Fire.
Boom. Aries Fire. Look at you.
Yeah. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Don't forget to vote tomorrow. It is your right as an American, and you should. Oh, hold on. Don't leave me yet.
Absolutely. Please, everybody get out and vote. It doesn't matter who you vote for, but just get out and vote, definitely, because gotta respect those brave men and women that have fought, bled, and died to give us that opportunity and that right. We'd appreciate it, definitely. Though, I mean, everybody knows I'm a Trump guy. I know people, they get upset when they hear that, and I get it. I do. But hell, I'd rather a good economy, low unemployment rates, and all that good stuff. It helps business.
Yep.
Mm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hop off here. Oh, she said don't leave her yet.
Yeah.
She must have a phone cold.
Yeah, it's got to be something good, definitely.
And before you vote tomorrow, go to my community tab and vote on the poll that's out right now.
Oh, sweet, I will.
Yeah.
I definitely will.
I'll leave it up for 24 hours from the time of this stream. And I don't know, I might just do a little video showing, or I might go live right before it ends to show, you know, let people get in a last minute vote. But tomorrow's going to be a pretty busy day, so as far as people actually going out and voting on the big vote, so.
Yeah, we'll have people spread out all across Philadelphia, just protecting the voting stations and things like that. If people trying to abuse others or trying to, you know, coerce and manipulate those coming in to vote, you know, we're a very neutral bunch. You know, I mean, most know our political leanings, but we don't ever allow that to get in the way of, you know, just giving people that right to do what they want and how they want versus what's been happening in Philadelphia lately. But since the good old scumbag governor ordered the cops to stand down, you know, we've been doing all we can to try to step up a little bit and, you know, just help out as much as humanly possible.
I got this big package in the mail asking me to be at one of the voting polls, like to take the votes in, and I'm like, oh no, you're not gonna see me sitting behind that table. Nope.
You would think they would use one of their drones to get you or something. Yeah, we're on to you, Smalls. We've been watching you for
I
a
already
long
know they're on to me, so yeah, I'm not gonna sit on that table. Nope.
They'll be like, yeah, boys, we finally got her. There she is. Get her. Oh Lord. Great Gemini, you were. I think he will. You know, I think Smokey will understand where some are coming from. I think that's a good comment. You know, Smokey does know that he is loved. He really does. I know that he knows this. He sometimes does get a bit upset like anybody else would, because not everything's perfect, obviously, in the world of addiction, and we all go through hard times, and we do have many demons to constantly fight on a day-to-day basis. But however, given the fact of all that man has been through, I'm actually surprised that he just hasn't gone silent altogether. But obviously, he's just been trying to do the best that he can to keep himself busy, which is admirable in some ways. And of course, we had this little issue today. But again, we will in fact get past it. That is for sure. And Jules, I seen what you said too. You have yourself a good night as well. Your main girl and whiskey. Where's Elbow?
So think about that. Niece just said it will not let her use the American flag emoji in the chat.
Nope.
Very interesting.
Nope, it's been like that for a while now.
Wow.
Do you have an Android? Because I noticed on iPhones, typically if you're a moderator, you usually can. But I've at least from what I've heard, that Android for some reason has had that issue lately. So I don't know if that's something exclusive to that, or I don't know. I find it very curious as well, because let's face it, the Silicon Tech tyrants, they're known for their censorship and all that they've been doing to try to brainwash and indoctrinate many of the masses of the United States of America to try to just believe that our country is some racist, upside down, screwy, fascist type of police state, which is just wrong within of itself. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if they were thus censoring the American flag emoji. It wouldn't surprise me in the least bit. It really wouldn't. And Mar, you're such a sweetheart. We see
Mar
you
is
in
a
almost
sweetheart.
every chat.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mar got the link for me of the troll account, so I'm going to.
Cool. I was looking for it. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, I might send that over to you and see if you can trace it back, because a lot of these people are too stupid to change, like I was. Too stupid to change and use the same account. So
send it to me. Email it to me on the email I have on my channel, and I'll go to my URL list. How's that?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you coming up. I appreciate everybody supporting my channel. Maybe Smokey will go live later and explain what was behind it. Because it was a social experiment, I thought everybody had a right to talk on it. I feel like they're trying to censor what we talk about over here. Not going to fly.
And I'll just leave with this, if it was in fact a social experiment and that's what they want to hide behind, and not saying Smokey, but the other person is they want to try to hide behind that excuse, then why the hell are you all up in that stinking chat, sitting there calling people names and being so stinking ugly with your words towards people when you know how those words affect people? So, don't sit there and act like you don't care and it was all, oh, it was a joke. Oh, just come on, knock it off. That's like, I think my 5-year-old, when my boy was 5, he did that. One of them. Anyway, all right, y'all.
I agree.
And many blessings to you. Much love.
All right, much love.
Thank you, True Hopper.
Yeah, I'm going to hop off here too. Tracy, thanks for having me up, hon. Appreciate it.
And I'll send you that link, Kay. Everybody go to Smalls and vote how you feel about this. Like I said, it doesn't affect me one way or the other, but I really do feel bad for the people that commented under there and caught the wrath of FOD and will continue to catch the wrath of FOD. So
much love,
I think Smokey should have thought about that, but that's my opinion. Dova, I hope next time I go live that you're able to get your shit together and come up. Guys, I really appreciate you coming in. I appreciate your support. And Patreons, we have a meeting tonight, a Discord meeting tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. So guys, take care, stay safe, keep your social distancing, wear your mask, and I will see you around the tubes.